Welcome back, troops. Let's Tab 59. Check this out. What a cracking day here. Another beautiful sunny day in subtropical Lincolnshire, here on the east coast, East Midlands of England, the sun-kissed beach. And there's the beautiful North Sea behind me over there. Very calm today, isn't it? Now, this video, not even planned, I'm just out for a tab, and I thought I'd get away from the village today, come over to Skegness, I love that, because it's such a lovely day, it's somewhere different. And then while I was driving over here, I thought, I know, I'll have a little chat. So nothing scripted, as you know, it never is with me. Don't bother with scripting stuff, I don't bother with editing much, do I? Only because I can't do it. But wanted to chat about strange jobs in the army. Now, I'm not on about trade jobs that might be quite obscure. We all know different trades, different arms and services of the British forces, that you've got these specialist roles, and some of them might seem strange. I want to talk about something else which I think has all disappeared now. So I'm talking back in the olden days, back in my day. I'm talking about 1977, when I first got to my unit, my first unit, which was 9-4 Locating Regiment, Royal Artillery, out in Celle in West Germany, British Army of the Rhine. Lovely part of the world, as many of you know. Now, when I got out there in 1977, I got there about April, and it was obviously Queen Elizabeth II, the late Queen. It was her silver Jubilee year that year, 77, 25th year on the throne. And when I got out there, obviously 17-year-old, didn't have a Scooby-Doo about anything, but I started to notice while I was there these sort of strange little jobs that seemed to be, I don't know what you'd call them, jobs for the boys, I don't know, but let me just talk to you about a couple of them, and hopefully there's somebody out there, some of you out there, that might have had a similar experience or even served in 9-4 and remember some of these little jobs that I just wanted to chat to you about. So the first one was, I noticed walking around the camp doing everyday stuff that we had in Celle, in Taunton Barracks, Heidekaserne in German, we had a regimental piggery. That's right. That might sound strange to some of you guys, especially if you're from overseas military maybe, and certainly any younger soldiers, UK soldiers, but back then we had a regimental piggery. Now, I never went in there, but I went past there in day-to-day business, and I remember seeing guys walking around in like green overalls, coveralls we called them, with a beret on and a pair of Wellington boots, pushing a wheelbarrow full, I don't know, pig poo or something. And obviously we had these pigs there. We grew, I don't know how many pigs we had. We used to grow these pigs. There's a technical term. We had these pigs on camp. Now, I don't know also whether those pigs were consumed by us. In other words, I don't know if we had them slaughtered and butchered and then ate them, or what happened to those pigs, I don't know. But we had a piggery on camp. Of course, when he was on cookhouse duties, all the waste food was called pig swill, and it's in these big blue containers. It used to be lowered down from the cookhouse into sort of like it had a hat. It was a platform. You walked out the cookhouse, there was a platform, sort of like a veranda you walked on, and you lifted this hatch up, and with these hooks and ropes you lowered these blue pig swill bins down from the cookhouse into this sort of compound, this shed thing underneath, and a local farmer, or maybe our own piggery, I can't remember, collected that pig swill. And you can't feed that stuff to pigs these days. It has to be specialised food. But back then, they ate all the waste from the cookhouse. Bit of recycling back in the day, you see. We were green then. But anyway, don't know what happened to those pigs. But I know there was a number of guys, and they seemed to be soldiers that were coming to the end of their 22 years service, maybe. Maybe privates or gunners in the artillery. Maybe a lance jack or a full screw, a junior NCO as well, working these piggeries. And I wonder whether it was just, I would put them in there just to finish off their 22 years service, or whether it's some kind of resettlement for them. I don't know. I'd like some input on this from you guys. So we had the Regimental Piggery, which I thought was quite strange. Another one we had, which maybe not strange, but was unusual, was we had a regimental sign writer. There was a little workshop place, can't remember whereabouts it was exactly now, but in there was a sign writer, and it was one of our guys. These were all artillery cap badge guys. They weren't specialised cap badges or anything. And there was a sign writer in there. Again, I can't remember his rank or anything, but he would produce all the signage that needed, because it was all done by hand. You know, you didn't have these prefabricated signs you see around barracks nowadays. Everything was done by hand. So he would get, I suppose, a sheet of steel or a piece of wood and paint it in the artillery colours or the battery colours, and then freehand on there, I don't know, bedding store or whatever it was going to be, and it'd be put, you know, that sign would then be put up on a door in the camp or on the wall outside a building maybe, to the guard room and things like that. And he done all that. He done the sign writing. So it's quite a specialist skill. Now I don't know how he learnt that or how it worked. I don't know. But we had a regimental sign writer. So it was another strange job. And again, I think it was somebody coming to the end of their time. We also had a regimental butcher. Now he wasn't Army Catering Corps in those days. The catering in the Army was done by Army chefs, and they were cap badged Army Catering Corps. It later in the 90s got absorbed into the Royal Logistics Corps, and that's where Army chefs now live. But this was an artillery cap badge guy, the regimental butcher. Maybe he butchered the pigs that we've been growing. I don't know. What else was there? Well, we also had, I suppose not a strange one, but in the big block that we lived in Cellar, in Taunton Barracks, block 14, big red brick, massive, huge red brick building. It's now a town hall or something. I've spoken about it before. But in there, we also had, in the centre well, if you imagine this big long building, there's two like towers by, and there's a big centre door and a centre, what we used to call a centre well. You went in through these main doors and there were stairs going up opposite way to take you up to the various floors. Well, in on the right hand side was a small office, a small room, and that was our post room. That's where you went and collected the mail. So if you was the battery runner for your battery, at a certain time of day, the battery clerk would send you down there to collect the mail for your battery. And obviously the post NCO down there, I think his name was Mitch, and I think he was a Lance Jack, Mitch, and he used to sit down in this little office. It's there for years. And you go in there and say you was 156 battery or 57 battery, 73 battery, HQ, whatever you were, REME, and you would be given a bundle of mail, which then you took back up to your battery office and then went through the names, or the clerk did, I can't remember, and it'd be put into pigeonholes or and processed that way, and then the guys collected their mail. But he was the post NCO. But it wasn't just that he got all the incoming mail. He had to sort it, obviously, into bundles down there. But he also used to sell stamps and things like that. And he would work out what postage you had to put on to send letters back home to UK. Because it was British stamps we used. We had British stamps in there. So you bought normal stamps you'd find in the UK. So post NCO, I mean, that was maybe that's not, I know it's a postal courier service within the Royal Engineers, and certainly they deal with a lot of it, I know. But this is back at, we never had that. We just had our own artillery cap badge, Lance Bombardier, sure his nickname, his surname, whatever. He was known as Mitch, anyway. So another unusual job there. But all these little jobs, like I say, maybe that's what they were. We're the metalsmiths, obviously, REME metalsmiths, but that's a proper trade. Obviously, you had your mess staffing jobs, working in the officers' mess and the sergeant's mess, those types of things. But yeah, that very strange setup, very strange setup. I just wondered if anyone else out there remembers those. So that's what I want to chat about, just talk about these strange little jobs. I think there's a few others. There's a carpenter's shop as well, I'm sure. But anyway, those, you can get a lot done. You can get a lot of bits and pieces picked up. The REME would always, somebody on the side would service your car for you or repair your car on the side after hours maybe. We had things like that going on. And of course, that's all gone, all that sort of thing. Long, don't have that anymore, I suppose. But yeah, interesting one. Now, just another quick chat, because I'm waffling about nothing today, really. Just want to chat about that. But start of a new year, and it's always great to have things to look forward to. It's good to look forward. You shouldn't live in the past. I talk a lot about the past, but I don't live in the past. I talk about it for a bit of fun. But also, at the end of a year and you're coming into a new year, it's good to take stock of what you've done, maybe little achievements over the previous year. Now, for me, the past year, this little channel I've got going has really grown quite well. And that's a great achievement for someone like me. I mean, I've been retired 10 years this year, 2025. So in May 2025, I've been retired for 10 years. Lucky enough to retire at 55. I not really do much work since then, a couple of little odd jobs, but nothing serious. So I've had a good 10 years of retirement. I don't know what you guys are, whether you're retired, listening to this, or you're still working. Some people like to work right into their 70s and beyond, and that's great for them. But for me, I'd had enough. I didn't want to do another career. I just enjoy my retirement, and that's what I'm trying to do. So I took stock of what I've done over those 10 years, and a lot's happened. But don't live in the past, look forward to the future. And that's what I'm doing now. So this year, 2025, some of my aims are to get out, do more for this little channel, and try and grow it even more. So I'm at 13,500 subscribers. And it fluctuates. I look at it regularly and I see the subscribers drop. Then I see a few more come on. It balances out and it grows very, very steadily. And hopefully it will grow some more this year. So to try and help it grow, what I want to do is get out to different locations. Now, that's not easy because it costs money to go places. But I've got a few things in the pipeline that I know are going to happen, 90% chance they're going to happen. Going out to Germany this year, out to Bavaria, hopefully in August for about a week with the trace around. And I'm hoping while I'm out in Bavaria, I've got a couple of places that I'd like to visit and do some tab videos on. One of them is Nuremberg, not Nuremberg Ring, Nuremberg, where the war crimes, where the rally grounds were, where they held the war crimes after the end of World War II. I'd like to go there. I've been there once before, but that was before I'd done these tab videos. So I want to go there while I'm out in Bavaria, hopefully go there, do a bit of research on Nuremberg and have a look and show you around the parade, the old Nazi parade areas there. And also, not far from where I'm going in Bavaria is a Schloss, German castle if you like, that the family Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg, if you've ever seen the film with Tom Cruise in it, it's called Valkyrie. It talks about this German colonel, I think he was, Stauffenberg. He was one of the German officers that was involved in the assassination attempts on Adolf Hitler towards the end of the Second World War, and he got caught and was executed along with some others. So I've been to his place before. You can't get in there. I think it's only open one day a year. But certainly like to take you up there and do a video up there. So that's a couple of things I've got planned. Obviously, I've mentioned this one before, Operation Jackdaw, which is run by veterans, mainly PWR veterans, down in Canterbury in Kent. Going down there on June the 28th to camp overnight with them at their setup they've got in the woods. Hopefully, if any of you guys, girls, can come along to that, we can meet up on the 28th of June, on the Saturday it is. So have a look at that, go onto their website. If they've got the dates up, I've not looked yet. If they have got them up there, give them a shout if you want to go down there. But if you want to go down there when I'm going to be down there, I'm planning to be there on June the 28th this year. So that's a good one for you. Don't cost you nothing. You don't have to be ex-forces. You don't have to be anything. Don't even need any kit. You can rock up there. As long as you let them know first, you can't just rock up. You've got to contact them, book it in, and you can go there and have a laugh, learn something new. It's nice to have things to look forward to in the new year, isn't it? That's what you've got to do, keep yourself going. Have a look forward. Good to live in the past, like I say. Great fun, reminiscing. But you've got to look forward, have something to look forward to. So that's another one. And maybe a couple of other things in the pipeline. So that's my ambition this year. That's what I want to try and do. Get out more, get to different places to make some more videos, and hopefully a bit more interesting videos than I have been doing, and see if that helps me grow this channel. So on that note then, thanks for listening to me waffle today. If you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed to me yet, please consider it. I'm not saying do it, I'm considering it. Now here's the thing. When I look at the stats, the algorithms on my YouTube channel, it tells me the percentages of people that are watching my videos, and it tells me the percentages of people that are subscribed to my channel watching, and the amount of people that are watching my videos that haven't subscribed. And it's huge. There's much more people watching my videos that haven't subscribed, and it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. You know, click on that subscribe button, it gives me a boost, right? It does me good, and also it does the little channel good, because the more subscribers I get, the more YouTube will push my videos out as recommendations to others, and so the channel grows from there. So please, like I say, if you haven't subscribed, please consider it. It doesn't cost anything. Give us a comment, give us a thumbs up if you can. I don't like pleading for help because you've done so well for me, but please consider it. Give us a hand. Right then, it's enough waffle from me. I've got a tab along here now. Let me show you. I've walked up that bit. So there we go behind me. It goes right down in the far distance. Don't know if you can pick it up on the camera. It's Skegness Pier. That's where I'm going to head. Right down that way and then loop back round, pick the car up. It'll only be a couple of miles, but I couldn't waste a day like today. So get out there and tab. Funny enough, just before I go, quick one before I go, I was reading the other day that Skegness, I'm not born and bred from here, as you can tell from my accent, but Skegness has been voted for 3 years running or something the worst seaside town in England. I don't know, where did they get that from? It's fantastic. Hopefully some people watching this have been to Skegness and maybe even are from Skegness. What a cracking seaside town. Good old-fashioned English seaside town. You look at a lot of high streets in the UK in towns, and they're all shutting down or full of charity shops or Turkish barbers. Skegness, yes, it's got its fair share of Turkish barbers and it's got its fair share of charity shops, but it's a hustling, bustling town centre all year round. But certainly in the summer, I think 250,000 people visit here every summer, and you can see why. I think this poll that voted Skegness the worst seaside town 3 years on the trot, I think it was done by Witch magazine. Well, that tells you something, doesn't it? People that read Witch magazine ain't going to come to Skegness for a holiday. They probably just look at it online and think, oh, what a shithole. Well, it isn't. It's a cracking place. If you've never been, I can recommend it. Let's Tab 59 can recommend it to you. So, leave you that beautiful view of the North Sea behind me. Stay safe, troops. All the best for this year. Please subscribe if you can. Till the next time, and it won't be long. Let's Tab.